Hey, what's good? When there's that on in the clutch, and we got to talk about some more free agency signing news going on around the NBA, and that is the Brooklyn Nets and Nic Claxton has agreed to a 4-year, $100 million contract deal for Nic Claxton to stay in Brooklyn. And just gotta say, this is a great move for the Nets, and especially for Nic Claxton, as he is a player I personally have a lot of respect for. He is one of the best defenders in the entire NBA, and he is capable of doing amazing things for any team, especially on a contender. I was just, I personally thought he was gonna maybe get traded to maybe a contender. I thought the Brooklyn Nets were gonna be a full-on rebuild, but especially now that they traded Mikal Bridges, their top player. But they plan on keeping Nic Claxton for the foreseeable future, as they see him as part of their rebuild process, and they believe he's gonna do amazing things for the Nets long term, which is a smart move on their part. And for Nic Claxton, I'm glad that he's able to get paid, especially for the amount of hard work and the amount of talent that this man brings to the Nets squad. And with that, we got to talk about what he's been able to do this past season. As he has averaged 11.8 points per game, 9.9 rebounds, 2.1 assists, 0.6 steals, while having 2.1 blocks per game, shooting an amazing 62.9% from the field, while having 1.3 turnovers. And with that, like I mentioned, there's a lot of stats that may say he's one of the best defenders in the league, and there has been years where he is one of the best advanced, basically having one of the best defensive ratings in the league. A bunch of all these analytics and everything like that say that Nic Claxton, he's a great player to have on any championship potential squad, which is really good for him. And also, when looking at Nic Claxton, he is just really strong and be able to muscle his way through practically any defense, as he's a really huge threat on the inside for lobs, or just if he can just straight up power through anybody for a dunk on the paint, which is very important, especially when competing against the likes of Nikola Jokic, Joel Embiid, Anthony Davis, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and a bunch of other major stars on the big men, or Victor Wembanyama now, especially when they're playing defense. Nic Claxton, he's someone that can muscle his way through and still get what he needs to get done on the inside. So really great move overall for both sides. I really hope Nic Claxton, he can shine. And my challenge to him is, now that Mikal Bridges is gone from the Nets and he's going across the bridge to the Knicks, can Nic Claxton be the #1 option for this young, rebuilding Brooklyn Nets squad? And with that, him being the #1 option, this can show whether or not players will want to come play in Brooklyn for Nic Claxton, or whether this can potentially, maybe if he ever wants to play on a contending team, maybe he can be able to raise his value by being able to dominate for the Nets, maybe get him a few wins to above what they're expected to do, and he can end up on a contender. But we'll just have to wait and see. Overall, I'm happy for Nic Claxton. I just don't know, it's a great move, I know, financially, and it's good for him to stay where he's at. I just thought he can be a really great player, a hidden gem for a championship contending team. Nothing against the Nets. I mean, I personally like the Nets. I'm from New York, so I have nothing against them. I'm just thinking long-term for his career, and especially given how the Nets, they're now trying to clean up after their mess that they made from giving away all their draft picks. Now they're getting it all back. So I'm just thinking for him, in terms of him trying to compete for a championship. But if he's happy where he's at, that's all that matters. And let's see what you guys think overall. Nets fans, how do you guys feel? Do you guys like the signing for Nic Claxton? Do you believe they should not have spent that money on him? Should the Nets have gone a full-on rebuild and just get rid of everybody possible to be able to have the most cap space to go after somebody new in free agency, to go after a big name star like a Paul George, for example, or anything like that? I just love to hear you guys out in the comment section down below. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I certainly am grateful for each and every single one of y'all for your time. God bless you all, and talk soon.